That's pretty good. Line. What do you think? A little more? Right there? That jog right there, that's the angle. And that is the... So the pin is what? That's gotta be a good 6-7 feet in from the fence, huh? So you're gonna cop an attitude over what?
I gotta take all this shit down.
Yeah, you have to. You sold property, Brian. This right here, this is what happens when common sense isn't common with most people. This is where threats started.
You got a video of that?
Yes, I do. All right. And then this was done as well. This is all on my property. We're hiring somebody to come in and turn it around and face it towards them so they get the same message. The day is finally here. I didn't start this war with the neighbors. But I fully intend on winning it. The man I hired to remove this fence. The myth, the legend. It's the in-law, Travis, my main man. You've been out here multiple times helping me on projects here at the ranch. What is your relationship to my neighbor?
Actually, my daughter, she's married to their son, Josh Hale. Great guy, great family. I'm just really surprised as to what's going on right now.
Travis, what do you think about our new yard ornament here?
Very, very interesting. But Brian has some skills.
There is no doubt. There has been some artistic skill, very much attention and detail placed into this, but I still think it's missing that extra So while you're working on the fence and prepping for the new fence coming in, I'm gonna work on actually sculpting this so that we can adjust it and move it and turn it around. Here's what you gotta do today, Travis. And I know you're prepped and I know you're ready. If we pull this all back off this old fence, from this point over, that's their property. From this point over, that's my property. So the actual pin is down there. Did you bring T-posts?
I got some posts we can smack on the ground.
So we'll actually put T-posts in the ground. We'll run a string. Anything over this way, we're gonna remove that for the new fence to go in. But do you see that behind you? What is that?
Pig pen.
Well, there's definitely an old pig pen behind you, but do you see another string?
Oh, right here.
Yeah, there is definitely another string, and it looks like, what's that? Got to be 3 feet off the property line?
Yep.
Okay, so we don't know anything about that string that's been ran, but we do know we have to run a string. Let's go look up at the front property pin as well. You look right here, this is the front property line. So the old pin, I don't know, can you get down in that hole right there? Substitute George? The old pin is right there. But Travis, what's behind you over there?
That's the string.
Okay, so there's another string. Again, we know nothing about the string. Nothing's been said to us about the string, but that's gotta be, I'm guessing 3 feet off the property line, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so about 3 feet off of the property line. That means nothing to us. That's somebody else's string, that's not our property. Even if we went, well, maybe that's the property line, we would never just go, that's the property line. It has to be exact because we don't want to do anything to the neighbors that have been done to us. And so we're going to be exact. You got T-post? You got a line?
I got string.
You ready to pull?
Let's start beating the poles in.
You got a YouTube channel?
I do got a YouTube channel.
What is your YouTube channel?
What you doing, Willis?
Okay. He has a YouTube channel as well. What you doing, Willis? I'm going to pin it in the comments. Make sure you check it out.
Well, I need something to go ahead and beat the poles in the ground with, so I think that'll work. And we need something to actually beat in the ground.
That's a really big rod.
Step the stool in.
Now, Travis, everything we did today was completely and totally legal. Agree?
Agree.
Okay. Everything was legal. Just so we're clear, I have a legal team that I go through everything with before I ever attempt anything. Travis, I got the chainsaws. For once, I'm gonna be an artiste instead of a fartiste.
And my hat's a little worn out right now, but it is what it is.
It
So,
works.
but I'm gonna do the same thing down here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this post in right next to the original stake right here, this mark. And gonna run a string.
See this here? This is a hand or a fist. Now, this was given to me by my good buddy Lee, Flipping Conky's Adventure, and it's for scratching, I think. I think it's for scratching, but he said this would probably be a really good model to perfect the other piece of sculpture. By the way, Brian, the original artist, has actually reached out to me, and I'm gonna share that with you today. I'm gonna share with you exactly what has happened, and if we're lucky, something else will happen here on the property today.
I'm going to run this string from the post that we just put in down there to the post down there. And we gotta figure out which bushes we're gonna have to trim up because the fence is gonna be going in here. And we're gonna have to trim some of these bushes.
Yeah.
What I'm doing right now, I'm cutting notches because what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the chain around this, pick it up with the tractor. Tractor's over there, and we're gonna spin it around.
We have to maneuver through these bushes right now. And getting pretty close. Good to go. So I'm trying to get the fence up and intact. And I'm gonna roll it up and put all the posts and stuff over there on Brian's property so that they can have it back.
All right.
One down. Many more to go. We'll just set these right over here.
Legality is important, but so is morality. And I think that's important. One of the things that Travis and I talked about before he even came out is I said I wanted to make sure that this did not cause any conflict in your family. Your response to me was,
It's basically hasn't caused anything.
Oh.
They'll still be used though. This one's over here.
All right, 2 down.
Many more to go.
this is my model right here. Now, get to perfection.
Another one. All right, so we're gonna get this out of here, roll it up, and give it back to Brian.
Woo!
Last one for this section. I'm gonna get it. Here we go.
Woohoo!
Where there's a Willis, there's a way.
Where there's a Willis, there's a way. That's amazing. Now we're just gonna roll it up.
And give it back to Brian.
Okay, I just ran out of gas, but I haven't ran out of artistic creativity. So what I've done is I've started to get the actual mold on the fingers here, and I've carved out the hand here. So we're doing pretty good there, getting the carve there. And I really had to improve the thumb. I mean, I expect more from a true artist. I mean, that thumb, that's gonna be difficult. I think once I gas up though, I think this thing someday when I'm dead and gone, this might be worth millions.
A Hales of a lot of money.
Hails of a lot of money right there.
You know, like you said, there's an issue here. I think it could have been treated a little bit differently. My hopes is that, you know, the Haleys can shake hands, be friendly neighbors, and go back to how it was when you guys moved here. Okay, so we got the string running all the way down the property line, and at about this point is where it goes back to Tina and Brian's side. So we're just gonna go ahead and stop the fence right here, and that'll be it.
All right. Got her all lubed back up.
So Jeremy seems to be having fun. What about you?
Oh, I'm having a blast.
Yeah?
Love it. Work. I love work. Sounds like he's doing a lot of work over there, actually.
He does sound like he's doing a lot of work.
A few more to go and be out of here.
You really know how to work a pole.
Okay, there we go. Now, okay, there's the tip of the finger. There's kind of the knuckles right there. By the way, you fans, you had a great idea. Painting this thing with glow-in-the-dark paint. It's gonna get painted. We're getting there. It's getting closer. Man, this is the most creative I've actually felt in, I think, years.
Chip! Winner!
Ran out of gas again, but it's really coming along. I like the pinky. I like the ring finger here. I'm working on the thumb and well, I guess, wait, would that be? Okay, yeah, that would be the pointer finger right there. So I'm working on that currently, but it hurts. Honestly, it kind of hurts doing this. This would be like me having to repaint the Mona Lisa, but sometimes if you want to get a job done and you want it done right, you got to do it yourself. Oh, whoa.
That's the last bit right here. Gonna get rolled up, put over there for Brian, and let's just hope it comes and shakes Jeremy's hand.
Not too bad. Where'd my model go? There's my model. There's my model from Conky, and this is what I can do with the wood that's left. I mean, it's hard for one artist to follow another artist if all the materials aren't there. So I got really good over here, but the thumb, unfortunately, the thumb was just done all wrong. But I still have detail right here. That thumb, there's the nail. I might touch it up just a bit more, just a bit. And then we're gonna pull it up. We're gonna turn it around. You won't believe what Brian had to say. I'm gonna share that with you too.
I will say, Jeremy is turning quite the artiste. I think Brian's got his work cut out for him. Looks. Oh, what the hell?
With the art just about completed, what we've got to do now, see this? Here's the line right here. So we've got to cut some of this out. I'm going to come back with the chainsaw. We're going to get this out. Travis is going to pull this post out. That's the last post for the fence that he actually has to pull out. So he's working on that. Now the big stuff goes down over here. This entire rose bush is on my property. So we're going to try and save the rose bush. We're going to put a chain around it, pull the whole root up. Look at that rose. Look at that. Every rose has a George. By the way, that's George's mom's name, Rose, and she's got 6 Georges because of her husband too. So we're gonna try and save that, but then the big boy, we got the actual gate post. This is a telephone pole, and there's no telling how deep it is in the ground. We're gonna get the tractor. Now, some of you may be thinking, Jeremy, we see you restorage the love. We see you do things for people all of the time. Why aren't you just gifting the property? And those of you that are thinking that, hey, good question. But you don't realize what it takes to actually subparcel property which would mean a whole nother survey, which means I have to pay more money. Now, I want you to comprehend this. Acreage here in Otter Creek sells on the high end for $3,000 an acre. I paid over $3,600 an acre. I overpaid for what I purchased. Then I had to pay for the survey. And you may be thinking, why didn't you get the survey before you actually bought the property? $5,800 is why. You gonna put $5,800 up and then have nothing? I know if I pay for the survey and there's encroachments, they're legally responsible. I get the property, I do the survey, and then we fix the situations. And they've had every opportunity to fix the situation. Could I gift them the property? Yeah, it's gonna cost me thousands upon thousands of dollars to give them a little piece of pie worth maybe, I don't know, 50 bucks. They're not gonna pay for it, neither am I. Travis, you dug this rose bush out by hand?
Yeah, vicious and delicious, you know.
All right. It's on my property, but the reality is it may have sentimental value to them. I'm not a mean, vindictive person, and if it has sentimental value, look at, there's beautiful rosebuds already. I'm gonna, you know what?
Actually, right here, look.
Yeah, there's one
Roses
right
on
there.
it.
Right there. Travis, if you don't mind, do you mind taking that on over to their property?
not
We'll
at
just
all.
go
No.
right over there by the fence, and we'll make sure if they want it, they got it. If they don't want it, that's okay too. There we go.
All right, go ahead and go up with her. Yeah. I told you that pole was in there.
Oh my gosh!
I've never seen a pole in the ground that hard. This is gonna break it.
It's probably gonna break.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one way to get it out of there.
Yeah.
If that little post was that far down in the ground, the big post is next. We can only imagine. We've been told it's maybe 10 plus feet down. Check it out. Travis is getting it ready right now.
I don't even want to know what this post is gonna be like. The little post, that we should pull right up.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, wrap it.
Yeah. I mean, Vicious and Delicious might be able to do this one. Big pole, big chain. Try that.
Oh my god! Oh man. Oh, it's moving the tractor. Gonna ram it. There it is. There it is. That's Vicious and Delicious approved, I think.
Wow, look at that big old hole. Look, watch this.
Oh my! How tall are you?
6'4". My wife would say 6'3", but I'm 6'4" when I stand up straight.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Good job, guys.
Now, for the piece of art. Right there.
Alright. Got the notches. Nice tight fit. Let it take the back out. Straight up. It's coming, it's working. Yeah. gonna hold the track.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh!
Came out. What do you think right there? Zach,
I think you're working.
you think that's pretty good? Line, what do you think? A little more? Right there?
I'll take back a little bit.
Back. How far back?
Just a little bit.
This way?
Up the way.
The other way. Right.
You need vicious and
Yeah, I
delicious.
need vicious and delicious. You ready? There we go. Right there. Okay. All right. I'll drop it. You said it.
I just want to see handshaking. Oh, man, there you go. Nice campfire.
All this artwork. I'm not mean. Frankly, I'm not even upset. I think any of our viewers know that George and I, we can find humor in absolutely anything, and I love it. I think this is humorous. I've reached out multiple times with the olive branch, and Brian finally responded, and I'm about to show you exactly what he said. Although, I don't know how he's going to respond to this, because he's literally going to be looking at it from his back porch. It's been a tremendous blessing to find guys like Travis here in Florida as we've transplanted from Ohio. Appreciate your friendship.
Yes, sir.
And your hard work. Make sure you check out his YouTube page. What is it?
What you doing, Willis?
Brian did message me through our Facebook, What the Hales. And if you're not connected yet, feel free to follow us there on Facebook. And he sent a message Monday night as I got home from Ohio. It says, "Hey Jeremy, this is Brian Haley. I just wanted to let you know I've gotten some wood fence to install on my side of the property line now that I know exactly where it's at. Alfred," that's Mr. Clark, "Alfred and I installed that fence almost 20 years ago when I was renting the house from him and still lived down south. And at that time, he owned all the property. There was a tree line. There was a time where he said he would just meet up the fence at the corner. I always thought it was a little off, didn't realize how much. This is crucial here. I apologize for my behavior." That's what I asked for, right? That's what he did. He apologized for his behavior. And then he goes on to say, "I actually do not like confrontations, especially with my neighbors. I'm usually pretty laid back and I try to get along. When you came up like you did, it must have pushed your button. I'm usually not like that. We will stay on our property to install the new fence. I would like to cut my cactus sculpture down, but I do not want to go on your property." Now, this is my response to Brian, okay? "I appreciate your apology, and as such, I'm no longer going to pursue legal action. Remember, the entire family, the 6 kids, are legally liable for not disclosing 2 encroachments selling the property. And Brian's legally liable for destruction of property, but I'm not pursuing that because all I wanted is to make things right. An apology, move forward, be done. I expect your apology, and as such, I will no longer pursue legal action. We will respect your property and stay on our property as well. The fencing on our side of the property will be taken down this week. New fencing will be installed 6 inches off the boundary line as is standard, May 12th. Please leave the sculpture. It's now a piece of the history of the property. I absolutely understand if you're not willing, but I think it's a good gesture if we make amends on film. Shaking hands and letting bygones be bygones. I have absolutely no intention of being anyone's enemy. We want peace just as much as anybody else. Please let me know. Can we have closure in person, man to man? Brian, I'm waiting to shake your hand."